Animal shelters across the country are overwhelmed. That includes some in our area. Staff at Houston County's Humane Society step up and try their best to take in strays and rescued animals. But legally, they cannot accept abandoned animals and have to turn them over to animal control.
That puts the animals at risk of getting put down. Morning reporter Fariha Bard looked at how rescue organizations are turning to law enforcement for help. And Fariha, tell us what can happen to someone who illegally dumps an animal.
Well, in Houston County, we learned the volunteers and the director at the Humane Society told us leaving abandoned animals confuses and scares and traumatizes animals. Legally, fines can start in the hundreds of thousands of dollars just at the local level. And if officers decide to take up your case with the state, you could be fined nearly $1,000 and potentially jailed. There are options, though, besides leaving an animal on the side of the road or at a shelter that legally can't accept abandoned animals.
Dogs dumped and cats left without care, overwhelming animal shelters and rescues across the nation, like Houston County's Humane Society. These pictures show a sad recent case where someone abandoned this pregnant dog, leaving her in a crate overnight.
First off, it is against the law to do animal abandonment. If there's animal control in the area, we are not allowed to accept the strays or the abandoned animals.
But it's happening more often than it should, Director D'Allison says, and her shelter's running out of space.
We have to check with them first to get a clearance. There has to be a hold time. But as you see and hear today, we absolutely do not have enough room.
When owners walk away, there are consequences for both the pet and the person.
If the dog would have been left longer and the dog's been locked in a room without food, water, and shelter, and you pick it up and it's been in there without any type of, or it's walking its own feces, which could cause problems to the animal's pads, that could be a cruelty issue.
Prosecute that very heavily. We take it to state court, then they have a record. So when they go to Bibb County or wherever else, we can track them and see, is this a pattern or is this a one-time thing?
According to Houston County Animal Services,
we have the exact same ordinances in all three cities and in unincorporated Houston County,
which includes fines of at least $200 at the local level and at least $500 at the state level. But the reality for the animals is worse.
Here we actually euthanized 706 animals last year. Most of them are ones that are sickly when we take in, and if possible, we treat them to get them back to good health. And then that cost is passed on to the offender. Sometimes it's just the humane thing today is put the animal out of its misery.
So in addition to clarifying the legal difference between animal cruelty and animal abandonment, we also learned some stats from the different agencies in Houston County. We'll have a detailed version online. So Animal Services Director Alan Smith told us they take in about twice as much as the cities do. And in Centerville, the Animal Control Patrol told us they're working on setting up classes for potential and current pet owners so pet owners can follow the law and provide a caring home for their animals. Each agency told us the best thing you can do if you find yourself in a situation where you have to give your animal up, call animal control and ask for help. They told us they'll help you get in touch with the right resources so that your animal can find a proper home. And despite the current services available in Warner Robins and Houston County, the Humane Society says you can support their shelter through donations and volunteering. Frederick, Megan.
Some staggering numbers included in that piece there, Fariha. Thank you so much. We want to tell you about this. Perhaps this is lighter news to Fariha's story, but Friday is National Pet Day, so we want you to send us your picture of your pet. Text us 478-752-1309. Be sure to tell us your pet's name and where you're from. We'll show them off through Friday right here.